Good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna. And this morning, I'm continuing from the prayer time that we just had, 45 minutes ago. And that is stay in the flow. Stay in the flow. If you haven't gotten the guide, you already know that's where we're going. We're staying in the flow, if you will, with respect to the devotional guide for the month. And so I just want to encourage you to get it. It's right there. It's right there. Right there in the lower thirds, there is the QR code. And I also want you to share it. And we expound on it. We expound on it. These days, I'm expounding on it even the more about how we're going to really be connected, be connected. And that's what we're talking about on this morning. It's good to see everybody on this morning. Happy Wednesday morning. Happy Wednesday morning. If you have not made the revival, shame on you. Shame on you. Oh my God. It has been so powerful. So powerful. How many of you have made it? Put it in the chat area. Also want you to be reminded that today also is noonday prayer. And we really want you to be ready, come for noonday prayer so we can set the atmosphere in the sanctuary. We know that God is always present, but we want his manifestation. We want his Shekinah glory to show up because so many things happen. So many things happen when we do that. So I want to greet some folk and then get into the word on this morning. How about that? That's what we're going to do on this morning. Good morning, Ella. How are you on this morning? Ramona, how are you on this morning? Minister Yolanda, how are you on this morning? Praying for your daughter. Good morning, Gerald. How are you on this morning? Deborah, how are you on this morning? LaFawn, how are you on this morning? Elder Mobley, how are you doing on this morning? Joelle, how are you? Good morning, Erica. How are you? I am doing fine. Thank you for asking. Anitha, how are you on this morning? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Carolyn, how are you doing on this morning? Where is Brenda? She should be next or closely thereafter. Good morning, Coach Dagny. How are you? Verena, how are you? Aretha, how are you on this morning? You know, it's a wonderful morning, and I got a word for you on this morning. Brother Pope, how are you? Where you been, man? Been missing you. Got a word for you on this morning, and it's stay in the flow. Stay in the flow, as well as we are actually, in fact, staying in the flow of this. Please get this. Get it. You can get it right off of that, the QR code, so you can know, because I'm expanding my manners for the most part is going to be expanding on the devotion of that day. It's going to be expanding on the devotion of that day, and I'm ready to get into it on this morning. Got a word for you, as you already know. So let's get with it this morning. Good morning, and welcome to Morning Manna, where in 5 minutes or less you're going to get an impartation with the text, the talk, and the takeaway. Join the Morning Manna fam every weekday morning at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Don't forget to put in the chat the revelation that you get and share the manna. Now, let's get ready to have some manna so you can make it through your day. Here we go. Here's the text, the talk, and the takeaway. John 15:4, remain in me and I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. Can't do it by yourself. You must remain in the vine. There's a branch, there's the vine. Jesus speaks these words, as we already know and we've already said, on the night before the cross. Okay. And the disciples, they're experiencing a lot of things that we experience even now. Confusion, fear. Lord, what do I do? What does my tomorrow look like? In fact, sometimes it's like, what does my day look like? And his response is this Greek word that is used. This Greek word that is used in the text. And it says remain, means to stay, dwell, continue, to take up residence. That's what I want you to focus in on. To take up residence. Put that in the chat area. To take up residence. And there's three things that I want you to get as a result of that. First is this: staying over starting. Staying over against starting. What does that mean? Anybody can start strong. Think in terms of the sprinter who on ready, on your mark, get set, go, bam. They burst out of the blocks. They start strong. But running through the wire requires you to be able to stay. Stay at it. You got to be consistent. And you have to remain, and that means being faithful. Second thing is this: dependence over against distance. If I don't care how pretty the fruit is, the moment it is disconnected, the process of dying starts. I don't care. And if you watch it, go in the grocery store. You already know right there in the grocery store. There's a reason why produce is the first thing you see when you come in the grocery store. It's by design. It's by design. It's just like um, why jewelry and cologne is the first thing you see when you go into a department store by design. By design. The department store is because that's where the highest profit margins are, you know, that smell good. Cost a lot, and the margins on it are tremendous, the profit margins. Okay. Yep. With respect to produce, it's quite expensive and it has a shelf life. The rest of that stuff in the back, shelf life is far longer. Why? Because the fruit has been disconnected from the vine. And therefore, the process of its dying has already started. So it is with you and I. So I want to just remember, I want you to remember dependence over against distance. You have to depend on him by staying connected and in the flow, right? Here's the third thing I want you to get. The third thing is this: flow produces fruit. Flow produces fruit. Just a few minutes ago, I was praying God's word, and one of the scriptures that I prayed was out of Psalms, the first Psalms, and it says, "We're planted by the rivers of water." In other words, the idea that is in the psalmist's mind that is writing it is that all encircled is desert life. And in this particular piece, you are at an oasis. And the reason that you can make it is because your tree roots are tapped into the stream. Yeah. So it is, and therefore you can produce. It says that you will always produce in the psalmist. It will always be green. Why? Because you're connected and you're going to produce fruit. So what's your takeaway this morning? Your takeaway is this: consistently keeps the connection alive. Consistency keeps the connection alive. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. If this bless you, bless somebody else. Share the manna, don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tonight. Got a word for you. I don't, but Pastor Daphne does, and she's been coming strong. Don't you miss that fire. Gonna come and see the conclusion of the whole matter. Bye now.